Hello, so this is actually a clip from an episode from tomorrow, because we're going to try and start doing some clips now, which is really cool. So this clip is just us talking about some funny theatre stories, and we were actually thinking of making this a full episode at some point, like doing loads more stories over the hour. So if you want that, press like. Apart from that, enjoy. I want us to talk about some funny theatre stories.
Oh, I had that on my notes.
Did you write it down?
Yeah, I think I did.
No, because I remember I told you to write it down when we were drunk, because I wanted you to come up with
Oh
some.
yeah. I've come up with a lot. Fuck off. The way you said
No,
that.
it's in like, I want you to come up with
I
some.
was like, because you needed some topics.
Like, remember some funny.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to start with one
Okay.
that links to the concept of God on my side. So, I did a show with my local theatre group that then so I got a message after the show going, some woman's just seen you in that. She'd love you to come and talk to her about doing something for her. I was fucking buzzing about this, right? I was so happy. I go to the first meeting. So, first of all, it's this fucking religious show where basically... But this was going to happen. COVID stopped this. I was going to be in, basically, a recreation of the Bible. And not just in a theatre. Basically, where we live in Weston, in the massive, basically the biggest town squarey thing we have, was going to be in a massive live performance of the fucking Bible in the heat of summer. Now, that's just funny in itself.
Yeah.
And it's just this old crackpot woman who didn't know what the fuck she was doing running it, trying to get permits and stuff, not having enough actors because no one wanted to fucking do the show. I only stayed there for fucking pity. But the best thing was one of the first meetings we had, we went to a pub. This was quite a few of us, but like the heads of like people get involved in organising stuff, because it was a lot of like churchy people getting involved. I didn't tell them I wasn't fucking religious. The best thing about it was my mate who I was doing it with, who also got spotted from the show I was doing, was like genuinely the question of, right, what is our plan weather-wise if the weather turns? And I have never, you know what's coming.
I know exactly what's coming.
And literally, not the woman who like told us to come do it, but like the oldest, most dickhead woman, second certified mediocre best cunt award goes to you, love. She turned around to him, dead in the eyes, and looked at him and goes, "It won't rain. I have God on my side."
What the fuck was that?
And I just, like, me and him just look at each other, and we just cannot.
But that's not even a solid argument, because last time someone was like, it won't rain, the flood happened, and they were pissed off in the dark. So, like, God loves making, like, what the...
God would happily do floods. God loves it.
Yeah, like...
I'm sorry. Sorry, I had this weather forecast all fucking planned out, but now this bitch in Western...
I was going to make it rain there, and she's fucked it up.
God, I have to get a little fucking halo of...
Fucking snow globe.
A little dome that the Simpsons put on the fucking town.
Hell. Oh, Christ on a cunt.
So I've got a couple more I can think of, but I'm going to switch over to you, see what you can think of.
Okay, I've got... Oh my fucking God. Right, okay, so we did a pantomime that we were both in, Rose Beauty and the Beast. Now, I played a role in that. I played Belle's dad, but I also stage managed the cast I wasn't acting in. And there was one night where because it was double cast, there was one night where the other guy wanted to do it because his family, I was like, yes, I'll do it, I'll just stage manage it. But I had to stage manage with a different stage crew that I hadn't rehearsed stage managing with. I may as well have stage managed with possums. It would have been more use having fucking possums running around stage managing this show than the crew I had. They got stuck behind every set piece. They take the set onto the stage and they just stay there. And they're like,
And they just be like...
Literally, no, they just sat there, we're like, I can't move now. Like, the curtains are still shut. Move. And genuinely, that show went tits up, everything, and who gets the blame for it? The stage manager. And I was like, I can't. And then, I'm not going to say his name. Short, purple-haired Donny decided decided that it'd be a good idea for him to be on comms. Which means he has to communicate with whoever's doing the curtains and in the tech box. What a fucking stupid idea. All you hear is Malcolm, our tech guy, screaming down the comms. Because he left the comms, like, if you're on comms, you keep them on.
Yeah.
And you just leave them. I walk past the tech man, I'll be like, why is he not on comms? Honestly, I never want to stage manage a show again. I've never gone through so much stress as I did on that night. I was like, that's it, I'm done. And it was on that same show where Lewis, who was my double cast, was wearing my costume while smoking outside. Our director was like, Lewis, I said don't wear your costume. Fraser, who doesn't smoke, won't want that costume stinking of smoke. And everyone just turned, because I did smoke, but for some reason Lisa just didn't notice. And she was like,
And you.
and everyone was like, yeah, no, he wouldn't.
No, defo not smoker.
Oh my god.
Brilliant.
That whole show was just a shambles by
A
the end of it,
connection to the Purple Head Certified Cunt Award.
though. Oh, is he got? Is he?
Third person in the book.
Whoa.
Do you remember the wheel rehearsal?
The wheel.
So there was a dance that we were doing called Thank God I'm a Country Girl.
Oh god. Oh Christ. Yeah.
Now this involves Purplehead Cunt
Solid dance.
and Fabian, who we guys for.
You know Fabian.
So basically, in this dance, somehow we'd like a mix of like boys on the outside holding them up and like girls with like feet in the middle almost. Creates like this like kind of like spinning wheel.
It looks pretty good.
It looks kind of cool, but this purple-haired man sounds like he's fucking Kilgrave.
But for it
He's not. He's not.
but for it to work, everyone has to make sure they're there at the same time. Because otherwise, you'll have a girl led on the floor while people are circling her if people don't all get there. That's a key thing with this sort of move. Everyone has to be there.
And where was Purple-haired man?
Oh, fucking off stage. Sat there. Just sort of,
On his phone, vibing.
yeah.
And it gets to the point in the dance where we're fully like doing it,
That's a full run through.
and the wheel can't happen because this dickhead isn't on stage. And Fabian at this point, because he's trust me, pissing me off. Do you want to try and reenact like what he?
I can't remember what he did.
I can't remember exactly what he said, but I think it was something like something like name. Get the fuck off your phone
Yeah.
and get the fuck on stage for fuck's sake. Screaming it across the whole rehearsal room.
Was
And
this when he was Mrs. Butler, or was this when... I can't remember that rehearsal. Was he on stage?
somehow I think we were both sat, because I remember being sat down, but I don't think he was up on stage.
Right, okay. Maybe they were just doing the... Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how that happened, but I don't think either of us were on stage at that moment. But, and the thing is though, because both the lecturers were there, most of the time, if you pull that sort of stuff, however unprofessional the person who's fucking about is being, you're just as unprofessional as shouting at them. No one gave a fuck.
No.
No one
Because
gave
everyone
a fuck.
was like... Oh my god, sorry. We're just going unprofessional rehearsal stories from... It is on like 21, I don't know if you want to stop it, because I swear it's like 24 that it goes...
This one lasts a half hour.
Oh, okay. So I think it must have been our first panto, but there was this guy who was unreliable, should we say? Can I say his name? I'm not going to say his name.
Whisper. Alright, son.
Is it not say his name?
No, it's just
Should we leave it?
Yeah, just leave it.
He was a bit unreliable,
Very.
to say the least. And let's just say our director flipped at him. I can't remember why.
I know what's coming.
Batshit crazy at him.
I know what's coming.
Sits back and then just goes, fuck's sake, I've blown the battery in my hearing aid. The whole room is got like, because everyone was like, oh fuck, she's shouting, we're all scared.
They
And
just
then
stop
she goes,
there.
my fucking hearing aid, and storms out the room. I was like, that's... Honestly, she's so...
I miss her. I miss her.
She was so good.
She was a cunt. She was great. She's not a certified cunt though.
No.
Because
Because
that's
a lovable cunt.
That's for bad people. She's the best type of
Oh,
cunt.
she's so good. She was
Oh,
so fucking hearing aid.
I
Have you heard the
I
story?
regret. We should have made this a full podcast. I regret putting this in as,
Yeah.
as a topic. Well, we can tell some more stories on another podcast.
Yeah.
I have one more that's visibly in my memory
Okay.
because there are lots of little ones that should probably make up their own podcast. Which
Yeah.
we'll sort at some point. We can retell these stories in extended forms.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Now this one is probably the most I've pissed myself in my life, but also the hardest challenge as an actor. So, so you know the group I just said that I had been involved with that someone else picked me out of? Before then, I did my first, because they have a junior group and like an adults group, and I auditioned for a show for the adults group because it's Lion Witch in the Wardrobe. So obviously it's like a lot of like adult actors, and then there's like the four kids. So I auditioned and I got one of the four kids. I was like the big man of the group, as you can tell, big intimidator. And in one of the scenes, it sounds weird for Lion Witch and Wardrobe, but basically loads of wolves end up getting stabbed.
Oh.
So basically the wolves are like the bad guys working with the queen, and basically me and another character just kill them.
Solid.
Have I told you this story? Do you know where it is
I
going?
haven't heard the story.
So basically, one of the older... Because to be fair, the wolves aren't a big part, so they get given to the less good adults, because it's still very much the dynamic of there are some really good people, and there are also some there people that just, for a little bit of fun. Yeah. And this one guy, who's a wolf, is really, really old. So I come off stage, because I've just killed the wolves, and they're just lying there dead. And I'm about to go back on, so I've come through the audience. I'm about to come back through the audience. But obviously there's a blackout, so the dead wolves can get back up on stage. And I will never forget this moment to the day I die. There's just a blackout, and all I can hear is this old man going, "Where's my sword?" And the whole audience can hear him say, "Where's my sword?" As he's literally just pounding on the ground in the dark, just trying to find his sword. The audience, bear in mind, it's not like the kids show where, where you can like fuck up and no one will give a shit. Like, people actually want to see a good show here, and he's completely made a mockery out of the entire thing with him just going, "Where's my sword?" I will never forget that moment till the day I die.
Jesus Christ.
And I have to go, not only was I fucking pissing myself,
You
but
have to
I've
get
got
back
to get
on
back on stage in a sec. I'm sorry.
Jesus
I'm laughing my
Christ.
guts up, and I've got to get back into character.
On-stage mishaps are the best things.